Today I'm taking my classic cinnamon rolls and infusing them with the flavors of tiramisu. So they've got a hint of espresso and cocoa with a creamy mascarpone frosting. Okay, so this one is fun because we're combining two of my favorite things, tiramisu and cinnamon rolls. I know, we're nuts. So I tried this a few ways and I think that this way for me is my favorite one. So let's just jump right into it because I have no time to waste, okay? I need to get these in my mouth as soon as possible. So the first thing that we're gonna do is take some milk and pop it in the microwave because I want it to warm up. So we're gonna do that. And while that's happening, we can combine some stuff here. So right here we have 5 cups of flour. I'm going to be adding most of the sugar. This is half of a cup, but I want to keep just a little bit to add to the milk because I'm going to put the yeast in there. We want the yeast to eat the sugar, la la la. So I'm just leaving a little bit here like that. I'm also going to be adding a nice pinch of salt, and then I'm just gonna mix it around a little bit. Nothing too crazy. The nice thing about cinnamon rolls specifically, it's a very easy dough and you can't really mess it up. We're just gonna be throwing everything into here and it's lovely, okay? Now you want your milk to be warm, but you don't want it to be too hot. So this was perfect, I put it in for a minute. Now I'm just gonna add my sugar here. And then I'm gonna add my yeast. This is active dry yeast. You can use instant yeast if you want to. If you do use instant yeast, you don't have to do this step. You could just toss everything into your bowl. I just always have active on hand, so that's what I use. So we're gonna wait for this to bloom. It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. We just wanna see it getting cute and foamy on the top, and then I'll show you the rest. Okay, so now that this is foamy, we're just gonna dump it right in here, easy peasy. Then we're going to add our egg, just again, put it right in there. Then we're gonna add just a little bit of vanilla. Now this is my homemade one, easy peasy. You could also just obviously buy it from the store, do whatever you need to do. You can also omit it if you want to, not a big deal, you'll be perfectly fine. It's not like one of those ingredients that is super, super necessary, but it's nice, okay, it's nice. Then we're going to add, we have melted butter here. And you're gonna put that right in, and that's it. How easy was that? Come on. Now we're just gonna put our little dough hook attachment guy. We're gonna let it rock. You're gonna start it on low, start it on stir, and then you're gonna work your way up, and now we're gonna let it go for about 5 minutes. I'll show you what it looks like when we're there. Okay, we're all done. So I let this go for about 4 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, something like that. Basically until it all comes together. It's absolutely perfect. So we're just gonna get it off of the little hook. We're gonna plop it right back in here. Now, if you want to, you could just add this to a different bowl, but I really don't think that it's necessary. I've been completely fine with just covering it literally like it is now. You don't even need to knead it. I mean, it's perfect, right? So I'm just gonna plop it right in here, and I'm gonna cover it with some plastic wrap. Now, what you're gonna wanna do next is store it in a warmish place for about 1.5 to 2 hours, or until it doubles in size, or even a little bit beyond that. So what I'm going to do is cover it also with a kitchen towel, so I do both, and then I'm gonna leave it in my oven, not on. Please don't do that, please don't put the oven on. Just put the pilot light on, right? So like the little light that's inside your oven so you could see things when they're cooking. Put that light on and leave her in there. Again, about 1.5 to 2 hours until she's doubled in size, but I'll show you what she looks like when we're there. Okay, so our dough is ready, but before we work with that, we're going to make our filling. Now, you may have seen before when people make cinnamon rolls that they use melted butter and they roll out the dough, they spread the melted butter on, and then they sprinkle and pat down the sugar. I've done that before, but I think it's kind of messy and like the sugar kind of flies all over the place. So instead, we are going to use softened butter, and we're gonna make like more of a paste, and it works so much better. So here I have some softened, like slightly melted butter. To this, I'm gonna be adding some brown sugar. Let's go. There we go. Thank you. And then here I have a combination of cocoa powder, because remember, we're doing tiramisu, right? So I have some cocoa powder. I have some instant espresso powder. And then I'm also using a little bit of cornstarch. And for me, I feel like it helps the filling to thicken up and not be as runny, right? So you don't lose it. We don't wanna lose it at the bottom of the pan. So we are going to combine all of this. Now I like having just those tiramisu flavors here in the middle, and then we're also going to be making like a mascarpone frosting for this. When I was initially making these, I also did put some espresso powder in the actual dough, but it ended up being like too much. It didn't taste right, because I want these to taste mainly like cinnamon rolls, but with a tiramisu flair. Does that make sense? So that's what we're going for here. So I'm just gonna mix this all together. And then once I'm done with this, we're gonna roll out the dough. So I'll show you what that looks like when we're there. Okay, so take a look at this dough. She is so beautiful, right? I mean, come on. She's beautiful. So you're just gonna punch her down. Gorgeous. And now just put a little bit of flour on our board, right? And then we're gonna roll her out. You want it to be in a rectangle, obviously. And you also want it to be about 1/4 of an inch thick. But what I like to do, which I will show you when we get a little bit closer, is use my baking dish to sort of measure it out. But I'll show you that when we get there. Okay, so I'm using, you know I love my USA pan, right? So I'm using a 9x13 USA pan. And I like to just kind of go like this. And I want it to be about 2 inches on each side. So that's really kind of what I'm going for here and how I sort of eyeball how big I want this to be. So we can make this a little bit bigger down here, a little bit bigger over here. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of cut out, where's my pizza? If you have a pizza cutter, this is perfect for this. But there we go, so that's perfect. And then I'm just gonna kind of cut it so that it's a little bit easier. We just want it to be, you know, clean, even, nice cuts. So we're just gonna do that so that it's more of a beautiful little perfect rectangle. Gorgeous. And there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now that we're here, we're gonna put on our filling. So you're literally just gonna pop it right in. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using an offset spatula just to spread this all out. Now, when you're doing this, you do want to make sure that you get to the ends, like the short end, I guess this is, yeah. You wanna make sure you get over to the short ends because those are going to be cinnamon rolls. And then sometimes if you don't like hit the end when you roll those up, those rolls are gonna have like no filling in there and you don't want that, right? We want every roll to have a nice amount of filling. So you're just gonna do your best, spread this out. Okay, now one of the more common ways to like roll up your cinnamon rolls is to kind of roll it boop, 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 long ways and make it into a log. And then you either cut those or use like kitchen twine, string, whatever, and cut it out that way. But the girlies on TikTok showed me how to do it in the way that I'm gonna do it today, and it's so much easier, and I just like it better. So that's what we're gonna do. But in order to measure it, I'm just gonna use my little thing. We're going to want 12 of them, right? So I'm gonna go to what I think the center is here, and then I'm gonna do the center of this one, and then the center of this one, and then I'm gonna cut out 3, 3, 3, 3, and that'll be our 12, because we're geniuses. Okay, I can show you guys what they look like. Ready? Okay, then, so we cut them into those little strips, and then you're just gonna roll them up. Roll them up nice from there. She's beautiful, right? Now we're just gonna put it, boop, right in there. Okay, perfect. So now they're done. So what I'm going to do now is recover them with that little plastic wrap from before. And I'm going to let it sit out on the counter for like half an hour, 45 minutes. You want them to be a little bit bigger than they are now and sort of touching. In the meantime, I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. And then once these are ready, I'll show you what they look like and then we'll stick them in the oven. Okay, so I'll see you then. Okay, so now we're ready to go. Now you have 2 things that you could do here. You could melt a little bit of butter and brush it over the top, which is beautiful. And that's what I do with my normal cinnamon rolls, like my classic cinnamon rolls. But for these, I'm gonna put a little heavy cream on. I'm just gonna pour some over the top of them just to help them be extra gooey and moist and beautiful, which is what I think of when I think of tiramisu, right? So we're just gonna pour a little bit on. Now we're gonna bake them for about 30 minutes or until they're golden and puffy and beautiful. I'll show you when we get there. Okay, now in the meantime, we are going to make our frosting. We're gonna be combining powdered sugar, heavy cream, mascarpone, a little bit of vanilla. Now, the thing with this is we don't wanna just dump all of the ingredients in because mascarpone can be a little bit finicky, okay? And if you over whip it, it can break easily, which is an absolute mess, and we don't need to do that, okay? So what we're going to do first is whip up the heavy cream with the powdered sugar, a little bit of vanilla, do a little sprinkling of salt actually, why not a little pinch? And then once that is at stiff peaks, then we're gonna add the mascarpone and we're just gonna whip it until it's all combined and beautiful. So that's it, let's do that. Okay, so we're doing just about a cup of the heavy cream. And then we're gonna be doing a half a cup of powdered sugar. Now this, I mean, technically you could do a little bit more if you like it to be a little bit sweeter. You could do a little bit less if you don't want it to be as sweet. It is up to you. But for me, I think the half a cup is perfect, okay? I think it's the perfect amount. But you could always tweak this to whatever you prefer. do just a little pinch of salt and just a little splash of vanilla. If you hear my child, my little 10-month-old yelling in the background, no you don't. Okay? No you don't. So now we're gonna start this on low, and then you're gonna keep increasing it, and then just let it go until you get stiff peaks. Hi, my baby. Look at that. A little frosting right there. Okay, now perfect. So we're at our stiff peaks. Let me show you guys. So it's like beautiful and nice, right? Now we're gonna add our mascarpone. Now, if we had done it earlier, like I said, then it would break, and we don't want to do that. It's a waste of ingredients, right? You don't want to waste all those ingredients, and this is a better way. So now we're just gonna let this go, but we're gonna watch it, okay? Because we don't want it to break. So once everything is combined and fluffy and beautiful, which will only take a couple of minutes, then we'll be done. Now, keep in mind, mascarpone is not as tangy as cream cheese, right? Because a lot of cinnamon rolls have, you know, that classic cream cheese frosting. So because we're doing a tiramisu style or tiramisu version, right? Tiramisu inspired cinnamon roll, we don't need the tang that you would get from cream cheese. So this is done, and now I will be back when we're ready to ice these cinnamon rolls. Okay, so these are out of the oven and they are looking beautiful. Now, while they're still warm, I'm going to put the frosting on because I want the frosting to like melt a little bit, get melty through the center here. So that's what I do. Some people like to wait until they're cooled, but I like to do some dollops now. And then if you want more later, you can always, of course, serve some on the side. But for me, I want it to get a little bit melty and gorgeous. So that's why I do it like this. Okay, so I put this on top. Now I'm gonna let them cool for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna put the cocoa powder on top. So we'll be back. Okay, listen, I did my best, but we gotta get moving. Okay, I gotta cut into these. So now I'm gonna take some cocoa powder, just like you would do with tiramisu, and we're gonna sprinkle it on top. I'm just gonna cut right into them now. Now, you don't wanna try to pull cinnamon rolls out as they are because it can be a mess and it can be difficult to get them out. So I like to help them out a little bit by doing a little cut. Then we're gonna pull one out of here. Ooh, girl. Now, as you know, I'm sure as you know, the first one can sometimes be a mess, but it's beautiful. Girl, that is so good. So the ingredients and the measurements, as always, will be in the description, as well as a link out to the written recipe on my website. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you, bye.